Hello guys, we are back with our next lecture. In this lecture, let us go through process patterns. Okay, so basically what are process patterns? So what is the need of these things, guys? Guys, these things if we discuss after the introduction of how we will be doing everything, that could be better. But according to our syllabus and most of the university examinations, this thing should be discussed first. After this only they are going to other things. So let us discuss about process patterns first. Okay, so basically assume you are working in a software environment and you made a project. Okay, so and you are new to the job. There are multiple developers who worked on various different projects till now, and you are new here and you are working on a project. Okay, assume in that way. Just a small example, guys. Okay, assume in that way. So you will be thinking that okay, when you are writing code in your lab exams or anywhere, like you are writing your code modules, right? So you will be thinking in that way that when we become a software developer or when we get a job in development, like in software or anywhere, you'll be thinking that okay, when I write the code there will be no errors, no bugs, nothing, I'll be writing a perfect code, clean code. We'll be thinking in that way, right? But the reality is that you will also face multiple errors, bugs, issues even while building a project. So basically the main advantage there in that project life cycle or in projects when you are sorry for that, when you are building in a software company, is that previously many development of many modules or many projects has been done already, right? So when a particular error has occurred or a bug has occurred which is never occurred before, they will be storing it in somewhere, guys. So basically what is the name of the bug, how to resolve it, like they will be defining it on a small sheet of paper, assume in that way. So they'll be defining it in a small sheet of paper and they will be saving it somewhere, so that when someone else faces that bug they can use that reference and resolve their bug now, right? So this is the nothing but process pattern. So basically they will be seeing a process pattern in this issue, and based on that pattern they will be searching for the solution in their records. They'll be getting the solution and they'll be resolving this issue. Okay, so I gave you an introduction. So in the end of the lecture, we'll be going through the template also. So how a process pattern looks like, we'll be just going through it also, don't worry. Okay. The software process can be defined as a collection of patterns that defines a set of activities, actions, works, tasks, or any work product and similarly related behavior followed in a software development lifecycle. So you can say everything that you do has some pattern, guys. Okay, so assume that you are doing your daily routine, right? So you'll be waking up in morning and everything, you'll be doing your activities, right? So this is nothing but a pattern, right? Similarly, doing the same thing again and again, like the process, the repetition of things is nothing but a pattern. Okay, so in common words, while a project is being developed, the team do face multiple problems and they need to be resolved. It is first to continue, so you need to resolve them, right? So if a bug occurs, you should never skip it and you should say that okay, I'll be resolving it later on, because this bug can give chance for multiple bugs to occur. That is the reason why the first priority will be to resolve it. So few common problem solutions are pre-returned, so the issues can be resolved faster using the process pattern. So the concept nothing is but process patterns will be used. So using a simple template, we write the whole problem and process pattern. Do suggest the pre-written solutions exist. So if a error occurred, so those things will be written and you can access them and you can resolve your issue. So whenever you are doing basic projects or basic development, we will be using Stack Overflow, guys. If you have any idea in programming, you will be having a clear idea or clear understanding about Stack Overflow, right? So whenever you are having an error, if you just paste that error in Google, just blindly you paste that error, you will be ending up at Stack Overflow website, guys. You will be going there and you will be finding multiple solutions to solve your problem. So you can assume this as a pattern and this is a pattern solution for it. Okay, so the basically the template has few fields, so we'll be discussing about them. So the first field is that thing but pattern name. Okay, so basically you will be giving the name, like some errors will be having the names for errors, right? Similarly you will be giving a name for the patterns and it should be unique, guys, and it should be non-ambiguous, like it should not give multiple meanings, it should be specific and precise. So name will be specific issue, like you should specify the issue there. And forces, so forces are nothing but which are making the possible problem visible. So the environment in which the pattern is encountered and the issue is made possible or made visible. So basically there could be some bugs in our code which are not even visible until the testing stage, like you didn't test on those conditions. So that is the reason why these kind of errors or bugs will come. So basically you will be mentioning the issue and the environment in which it caused. Like assume the servers. So if you assume servers on overheat, they will be slowing down. So until you get overheat, you will not be having any idea. So this is nothing but the condition, the environment. Okay, so that you will be mentioning in this forces and a type. Okay, so basically the types are divided into three types, guys. The first one is a staged pattern. So it is associated with the framework activities. That is nothing but this issues will be coming with the communication. Like we'll be discussing about this communication and all the steps, guys, in our next lecture. Don't worry about that. Okay. So the second type is nothing but a task pattern. This is associated with the work task in framework. So basically whenever you are working on a particular framework, you'll be framing them as task patterns. Okay. Similarly, phase patterns. So associated with the complete process model. So whatever issue you are facing other than these two, you'll be writing it under phase patterns. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let us continue. So initial context. So initial context is nothing but just a small description about the pattern application, how you need to apply, describes the condition under which pattern applies. So basically even the solutions will occur on a particular environment, right? So they cannot apply for every kind of possibility. So that is the reason why they should be applied for a particular thing. Okay. Similarly, problem. So they also specify the problem. So what is the problem first of all? You need to have an idea. So they will be specifying the problem and they will also specify the solution, what to do or how to implement it. Similarly, they will be indicating the result context. So what will be the outcome if you successfully implement it? Similarly, the related problem. So basically, if you solve one problem, it can arise multiple problems. So they'll be describing about those problems also, what are related to it. Okay. Similarly, they'll be showing some known examples and use cases. So basically, they will be showing some use cases so that you will be having a clear idea. Okay. I hope everyone got a clear, some basic idea about process patterns, right guys? Okay. So I hope everyone got a clear idea. So in the next lecture, we will be continuing with process assessment. So once process assessment, we got clear idea, we will be continuing with SDLC and all the process models, guys. Okay. So let us meet in the next tutorial. Thank you. Thanks for watching.